Hi guys, Ultima here. I'm not a professional player. I used to be more than 10 years ago. Some of these tips that I shared with my team at the time were pretty useful. So without further ado, I'm going to talk about comms and about reporting. There are three things that I'm going to talk about again. The first thing is about basic comms. A lot of players, when they first start out, when they try to report, they report the information after the fact. I think it will help if we all aspire to report while we are in enemy engagements. If you're playing Mirage and you're taking a defensive position as a counter-terrorist and you see 4 enemies rushing into your face, well, you could try to take them down, and after you die, then tell your teammates that hey, they are rushing B. By then, it might not be helpful because the rotation would have been too late. Actually, ideally, the moment you start engaging, you report there are 4 B apps, and that will force everybody to rotate faster. Now, that split second of information can really make or break the game. The other part about this is that a lot of the times we use very long words rather than hey guys, I think I hear 3 people at A apartments. Well, you can just say 3 at Carpet Hut. If somebody is reporting and saying something very long over the microphone for a good 2 or 3 seconds, that also means that that player has 2 or 3 seconds of not receiving crucial information and sounds like a footstep nearby, enemy is closing in, and things like that. And that can really affect the game as well. The second point I have is about reporting as the T side. Your objective will be trying to find out where the CTs are playing from. So for example, if you're playing a Mirage, so your teammates are ready to get into the position and you are now at pallets, then you hear a sound effect when counter-terrorist is preparing to throw a grenade or a smoke. You can hear these effects, and that gives you the indication that there is an enemy on site. So this kind of information, at least when your team comes out, they can be mentally prepared about where to look out for. So you also want to help remind your teammates and like to follow up. Tell them that hey, if they're going to throw Molotov at cave, please help me smoke out cave so that I can still continue to rush and get my advantage. Hey, I got spawned for A. I think can rush out cave. Can the guy behind me smoke because they're model?
I smoke CT, they smoke CT.
Yeah, help me smoke the cave because they're model.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, okay. Smoke CT, is it? They stack. Wait.
The third and final part is about reporting as a counter-terrorist. Any information is always good information, even though there's no activity. What do I mean by that? So let's say you're playing Cash, you're taking B, and I'm sniping there at B main, and for the first 10 seconds, I don't see anything. I'll just call out and say, guys, be careful of A rush. It may or may not happen, but at least if it does, they'll be more mentally prepared. Secondly, if you're playing a Mirage, let's say you're holding B apartments, nothing has been happening at 1 minute, 45 seconds, still nothing happens. You know, you gotta tell your teammates, guys, that B is very quiet and that people at A side can start to prepare mentally as well. For example, in B main on Cash, if I sneak through and I see no opponents at Sunroom, no opponents at Useless, and I walk by and by then I'll be telling my team, guys, B main is clear. Please be careful for A setup. If you go further down and you see that even garage or warehouse is clear, could mean that the opponent is maybe controlling highway and middle while the rest of the team is at A main or squeaky. That could be possible and might be very likely, especially because they've been flanking and they've been doing setups and slowly moving in. Of course, if you're flanking, there's a chance that the opponent is just playing default and just holding their positions. By then, you probably would realize it. Based on the information of non-activity and no presence, you can start to draw an idea of where the opponent might be at. So that is very important, especially for the CT side. 3 tips, just to recap. The first is about general comms. Second, T side comms. Third, CT side comms. So hope this helps. Adios, and next time we can have another video. Good night.